it again. Aaron, do it. He's getting ready, right?
There's Grandpa and Aaron. Oh, here comes another dog. There, Aaron.
Yeah? Grandpa, you want ice water? Oh, my.
Hi, I'm Steve-O, and this is Jackass. No, just kidding. That was a great show, though. So, yeah, this is really Gramps' house. I mean, when I got out of treatment, he let me come stay here, and I mean, that was the best thing that maybe has ever happened to me in my life. It's a little dining room area. We've never used it. You know, we usually just, if we eat dinner together, it's out here, which isn't too often. Usually we just kind of, you know, it's a goal of his to have meals together, but, you know, just doesn't work out all the time. He's a Nazi about the lights at night. That's a funny thing. Grampy's very organized, like OCD. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good setup. I mean, I'm trying to find an apartment with my girlfriend, and I just feel like it'll be a great decorative piece. Some people can interact with. Yeah, I love this thing. It's just... Oh, this is so cool, too. This is something that I've had forever that I love. But it looks like a real gun, you know? But this is a real pistol slide on a green gas-operated airsoft gun. And it's just mean as hell, you know? I've always wanted to get a new magazine, shoot some cans and stuff. You know, I don't know if you've ever done airsoft, but it's so much fun. I'd like to show you some like artwork that my brother did. This was one of the first ones he ever did for me. It is a castle. I love castles. If I ever draw, for some reason I always think to just draw like little castles and stuff. I guess he does too. Here's one Aaron did of some cowboys sitting at a table playing poker. I don't know, I love this piece. I think it's great, you know, just beautiful. This is one of my all-time favorites. So, you know, over the years we have things we joke about, but make the voices stop is one that we always say, you know, I mean, just funny, you know. I love that piece.
Hey, I'm Aaron Slover, interviewing with Foster White. The topic is drug use, and I've been using substances since probably sophomore year of high school till present, and we are live here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know. You haven't seen Foster in a while, huh? I know. And TV is probably better off, huh, in terms of ambient noise. Oh, and here's all the fucking other butt I was looking for. That's funny. What do I do with my drink? Boom. Yeah, man. I'm not sure what the format of the interview is, but ask away, man.
Are you and Alex still pretty close?
Yeah, but now that he's gotten a girlfriend, I see way less of him, and I'm kind of pissed at Alex because it seems like he only stops by when he like needs something. I don't know, personality-wise, I would say Alex is a little more like A type personality, and I'm more of like a B type personality. Just kind of like he's very like animated, very, you know.
Yeah. I got my little cape on. I'm fucking sweet. It's like I'm a lord of the manor, you know?
Alex is a smart guy, but like I think he's less reflective than me.
Why are we here? Why do we exist? What's the deal? Yeah, I don't know. I just think about consciousness as a concept a lot. Like lately I've been into meditation big time, which has been helping me out a lot. This one isn't the best. This is like a low tones one. These are very common.
One thing I will say is that anytime he asks to get something that might impact his recovery, I say, fuck you, no. You know, I don't want to be the guy that, like, fucks it up for him. So
I can think of one friend I had, the one that I mentioned is now clean for 6 months, that like we kind of went off on a couple hijinks, maybe 3 times and got like a G of dope, you know. I can definitely say that Aaron factored into that. Once he knew that the game was on with me, so to speak, he was like, tried to bring me right back into the fold and be his, you know, little buddy.
I would say that my perspective on Alex going to recovery is that he kind of got like railroaded into it, which I think was like not the most ideal situation. Like, people should go into recovery if they want to. I would say most people that like relapse and shit, it's because they didn't actually want to stop doing whatever. You know what I mean? So he kind of got forced into it, and while it's going good for him now, I can't help but wonder in the future how long it'll hold. Do you care if I refill my drink? Sweet. I personally snort my substances.
I always thought to myself that like before I even knew what drugs were, I'd probably end up a drug addict.
Right now, I tend to use a lot of Adderall.
A pack of Marlboros with a little bag that's got this brown piece of chalk in it.
I like to do a lot of Xanax sometimes too.
I was like looking at that fucker like, I think I know what that is. You know, I think I know that that's dope. Heroin.
Like, I think that it doesn't need to be a zero-sum game. Like, you can do something without it being defining you as a person and being the thing that is like the most important thing in your life. I would say that I pretty much use amphetamines and fentanyl on a daily basis.
To get into it, there's been plenty of times I thought I was gonna lose Aaron. He'd come over to my Uncle Kevin's house all the time and hang out with me in the basement, and he'd do way too much. I'd do like the same thing he did, and I'd be like, fine, but he'd be like, you know?
People can probably pretty much use whatever substance as long as they find a balance that works for them.
There was plenty of times where I was like, Jesus Christ, this kid gonna make me call an ambulance on someone the first time? What the fuck?
So, can you talk to me about how Aaron has been doing recently with...
I can. In the last 2, maybe even 3 weeks, he's just been acting in a way that I've never seen out from him. There's these people that live at my dad's house in like this little shed named Skeet and Courtney, and they're like these people that used to work for my Uncle Kevin. My dad's got the biggest heart, and they've lived there for a number of years, and like, you know, I keep telling my dad he's got to get rid of them, but the shed is right here, and Aaron's room is right here, and he's convinced that he can hear them talking in the shed about him and plotting against him. This week, or like the beginning of the week, he called me at midnight. I was at my girlfriend Emily's. He's like, Al, you have to come over, you have to. He was saying it's like this stuff called RSC, which is Italian malware. He was convinced that they had his phone bugged with Italian malware. We're talking about 2 people that can barely handle a job at Market Basket, where they work right now. He thinks that he needs to stay in his room 24/7, otherwise they're gonna steal all his stuff. Whenever I talk to him, it's like he's being funny about it, but he'll talk like he knows somebody's listening. He thinks that I'm not giving his delusions enough credit. He thinks that his phone is bugged. He thinks that they have cameras in his room. He thinks that they're conspiring against him. I want to give him the credit of not being batshit crazy, but everything he's telling me doesn't make any sense, doesn't hold water. If he's got Italian malware on his phone, show me. You know, if you've got cameras in your room, you know, you're up there all day, why haven't you found one yet? He has told me the other night that, Al, this is all gonna resolve itself in a day or 2. I don't know what the fuck that means, you know, I mean, what's being resolved? But time will tell. It's scary stuff though. I've I can't stress how new and different this is, you know? It's a whole new element of Aaron Slover, and it's scary as hell.
Holy smokes.
Holy smokes. And what kind of paper is that?
Came out of Bible rice paper. Holy smokes. Good caption, I feel. Usually seem to like me to introduce myself. Aaron Mark Slover here, pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been experiencing some phenomena where I'm hearing voices in my head. I don't know, it's crazy. They like discuss things with me and say, Aaron, how the fuck can you possibly hear this shit? Like, they imply that they've done this to other people and that no one has ever like talked back. I'm reflective. I've never experienced voices in my head. It sounds crazy, but like, that's how I know that I'm of sound mind. Because I was in the same room smoking a joint with this dog, I overheard him trying to talk about like taking footage and sending it to PETA to get me in trouble. I hear him talking about me abusing my dog because he's got wet in the snow and was shivering for a second. Wow, I was holding him, warming him. I hear judgment like, oh, Aaron picks up dirty shirt off his floor. Oh, what a dirty shirt. Why has this guy got a dirty shirt on his floor? But it bothers him so bad. It's the reason they hate me. They think I smell bad. Well, one thing about this that's so bizarre is over the past week, the shed on my property has become the topic of utter obsession with these voices in my head. They tell me that they're stuck in there and need to have me let them out.
So you think that if you think that there are people in the shed, and you also are open to the possibility of you having these delusions, and the delusions are the thing that's real.
Why don't I go in the shed? Is that what you're gonna ask? They psyched me out so bad into thinking this situation is dangerous and that I don't want to go into that shed without a couple buddies or some means of defending myself. Regarding the shed, I would get mental health if I thought there were people in that shed and there were none.
You would get help if there was no one in the shed.
Yes, because I love to understand what's going on with my mind. I love psychology. I'm a curious guy. I'm open to any possibility. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I'm willing to get mental health treatment if we can prove these are indeed delusions in my mind. And I believe it is possible to prove one way or the other. So far, participation from people has been limited, and I understand why. It sounds crazy. So, I guess only time will tell, and hopefully, we get into that shed.
Pretty much use whatever substance as long as they find a balance that works for them. I'm hearing voices in my head.
This is all gonna resolve itself in a day or two. Make the voices stop is one that we always say,